Welcome to this edition of Holiday Tracker. This is a special outdoor edition because temperatures are near 60 degrees right now today. We're taking you outside to do our Holiday Tracker report. So, that's one of the things. We're actually talking about less holiday activity today and through this whole time, primarily because it's been so warm and temperatures have averaged exceptionally above normal today and this whole time period. So it's very interesting to talk about, and when the sun returns just a little bit, we just talked about the winter solstice. So we talk about things being down, but the winter solstice has just occurred earlier this morning at 12:30 a.m. And you can see the sun angle back out, but this is the lowest sun angle we're going to see right now. Lowest sun angle for the most part, but because it's all going uphill now till the strong sun angle back in when we have it in June, the summer solstice. But it's nice. We're doing a holiday tracker outdoors today, so it doesn't feel like the calm before Christmas. But we're talking about outdoor holiday tracking events. So let's get started, right? We don't have all the bright, super bright colors that we normally have at this time during the holiday season. We do have some intense holiday activity occurring throughout the state of Connecticut, but we don't have it as intense as we would at this time maybe during another year. So as you can see, we got a lot of red, some darker red showing up throughout the state right now, and some more intense holiday activity shows up here. We got some darker reds going on right now around the Fairfield County area, and of course we head up through the center of the state. A lot of the malls are heating up with holiday activity. Into around the Hartford area. We'll go here real quick. You can see some more intense activity, again, around the malls, heating up. There's not a whole lot of activity that's showing up in the area right now. Well, there is intense activity showing up throughout the area right now. But, it's not but the shopping areas, too, get quite intense. But luckily, that is secular activity, and it's all the fun of purchasing and all that kind of more analytical type stuff. But Holiday Tracker was showing some intense activity right now here around Westfield Meriden. Holiday Tracker was at Westfield Meriden yesterday, and we saw some intense holiday activities, but again, surprisingly, not as intense as in some of the years past. So they're heating up with some darker red shadings right now on Holiday Tracker. And we're going to be seeing all that kind of stuff heating up. But again, they are blasting in only some of the stores, keep in mind. Sometimes you get a constant flow of holiday activity showing up and through the holiday music going on. But even in some of the stores, we're not even playing holiday music. Of course, throughout the state, we head out, let's go down to the doghouse, see what's going on with the doghouse and Carlos. 80 hours a week. You talk about Orange Milford, they heat up with a lot of holiday traffic, all the traffic heating up with all the holiday season, especially around the Connecticut Post Mall in Milford. But then that's the secular. You get secular right up till Sawmill Road. Oh, we go into the doghouse. 80 hours a week, you're going to get proselytized with Carlos. He's coming in, he's throwing 80 hours a week. Of course, that's in response to Poppies. Instead of going to Poppies, we see right down here at 139, John Simjim. Oh, it's John Simjim. He is heating up. He is going crazy right now. I'm sure instead of, he's all lit up, one of the more intense activities, part of the state, he's all lit up. Instead of decorating a Christmas tree, he's probably decorating a giant manger scene right now, all decorating. Right over there, John Simjim going on. Quality Electric, you might see some of the trucks outside. He's probably, instead of taking them in the truck, so warm right now, so warm outside right now that instead for the holiday season taking them into the truck, he's probably taking them down to a beach area. The thing we're going to be talking about right now here is Dave in Middlefield. Dave in Middlefield, yes, you are seeing some reds. You are seeing some intense holiday activity going up for Dave in Middlefield. So some reds, some darker oranges to some reds, so watch out. So Dave in Middlefield. All right, we head on down now to the NHBC, where we're seeing another spot where we're seeing more intense holiday activity is down around the NHBC, where we had a little bit of a, we talked about layaway angels, but now they're coming straight from that breath of heaven that could have been coming down right at the NHBC with their recent production. Let me just tell you, it was quite intense. Why did somebody say breath of heaven? Well, here at the HBC, we love to get overwhelmed. We love to get overstimulated. I don't know about you, but we love it here. But we just recently had an HBC breath of heaven right now coming down at the HBC. We got really intense right over there. It was a fall. How's everybody coming on there getting depressed and whatnot now at the breath of heaven? And we had quite a bit of fall. We were over capacity right now at the dinner. So we really had quite a breath of heaven. So that was all going on down now. So they're reflecting some intense holiday activity showing up right in that area. But another thing that's going on during that area is so a lot of intense activities. Of course, look at New York activity right now. We're getting some purples showing up here in and around the New York area, so very intense holiday activity going on there. That's another hot spot for holiday activity. We're jumping around here. We, outside here, just casual holiday activity showing up. And also to the north of Dave, in Cromwell, we're hearing reports of, yes, we're going to have to go to our miracle index right now. We are getting some reports of layaway angels are showing up. So and across not only that, but all across the country, we're talking about yes, some reports of angels popping up. They definitely got to get worried here. So not just occurring in Bethlehem or the mobile gas station in Brantford, but we got reports of angels showing up across the country. So we are upping the miracle index on that. But before you get too worried, these are not real angels or possible real angels, so we don't have to worry about that. But we are talking about in sort of a secular religious mix going on, especially in the shopping centers. We're talking about layaway angels popping up. These are people who are paying off layaway debts, so we want to be very careful. I mean, so if you want to feel overwhelming emotions, we're getting people who are just coming in and getting their layaway payments made for them. So if there's one area aspect that we're really seeing the most intense holiday activity going on, it is down with those layaway angels who have been appearing. So even though these might not be, technically we don't have reports of real angels, we are still upping the miracle index, in some of these areas. So in some of these shopping areas, very weird, we're going to see increased miracle indexes. I think in some of our Hartford areas, where so all around where you see our normally shopping areas, let's go into one maybe Hartford shopping area, whatever. We're seeing very intense miracle indexes going on, very intense miracle indices right now going on all over those areas, because we have those layaway angels which are getting reported all over the place, popping up. There was a big one going on somewhere in the Midwest areas, we believe. People are only owing a penny. So if you talk about emotions and miracles, one of our biggest dangers we face here, we're talking about them going on in the form right in the retail department. So you never know where you're safe, from miracles. Here we go. But another thing we're going to talk about right now is, we talk about holidays in the autism spectrum. All these types of things we've mentioned, presents, and especially Santa Claus, not very good for people on the autism spectrum and all the things of the holidays. But now we want to report some good news. Some things about, making holidays less intense and more friendly for those on the autism spectrum. And those are, recently we have autism-friendly Santas. People, heeding the calls, noticing the stress, maybe even holiday tracker. Part of the reason this has started to happen, people noting the stress they cause on people with autism and Asperger's syndrome, people on the autism spectrum. They're now making autism-friendly Santas. Now, these Santas will come in and they're going to allow people to allow those on the spectrum can have special times at the mall. This is even going on in Hartford. People at the mall. And they're going to allow more accommodating for those on the spectrum. They can take their time. They're not going to be overwhelmed. People on the spectrum can go. They can see Santa on their own terms. Get a picture and do what's fit at their level instead of those regular Santas who like to go over the top and be a little too jolly and increase holiday activity. So some of the warnings have been heeded, and people are making accommodations for those on the autism spectrum. And so it's good. And what's that music we hear? Uh-oh. We just mentioned something good about the holiday season. Here he comes. It's the evil Dr. Loomis.
Wing. Halloween. I find this idea of the autism-friendly Santas quite disturbing to me. This is something I see completely wrong. They are accommodating to the child, while it should be the child accommodating to us. This is one of the biggest problems I face in the school system. The child gets them wrapped around his or her finger. We can't have this. I see this in the school systems. The child will wrap the school staff around his or her finger, allowing them to do the work for him. I've seen this with Carl, a middle school student, who would have the staff prompt him to the next class even though he could successfully make the transition. We have to make sure we don't do this. If you want the child to see Santa, you gotta make it our Santa. Don't accommodate for them. What you need to do is you need to take away what they like, and they won't get it back until they accommodate to do our goals. That's why this is extremely difficult. These children are intelligent. They are smart. They are onto your keys. That's why they're gonna try to figure out a way around us. So that's why we need to be on top. We can't adjust to them because they're gonna try to get it their way, and they're gonna go about it a lot smarter. We saw with Sam. He hid inside when his classmates came by, but we had to force him to interact with the classmates. And for us, it was a more successful interaction. So you never listen to the child. You have to make this extremely stressful. You're gonna say, we're gonna play the Christmas music forever. You're gonna either get earplugs or you're gonna just sit and suffer, or you're gonna lose something you like. This has been my task. I'm off to Haddonfield, Illinois. So, I'll see you then, and, I am deeply disturbed by this article. We should...
So we thank you for watching Holiday Tracker, and we apologize for the interruptions that this may have created. This may have been a bit choppy, so we apologize for that. But we thank you for watching this edition of Holiday Tracker. And, we will see increasing amounts of holiday activity. It may not feel like it now, but the holiday activity is expected to increase extremely fast over the coming days And as we head into Christmas Eve, it's going to get really bad, and we'll start seeing more purples, more blacks start showing up. We're going to have at some point a Christmas Eve update of Holiday Tracker. So we thank you for watching, and apologize for the interruptions. And this has been Holiday Tracker.